Yeah. Cold shit. I ain't come with goons, but I'm well connected. Walk in the room, it's pop, 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 like you got rejected. Let me see if you qualify or not. Spinning up in a tinted truck, riding around your block. Busy man. I get a word, he ain't this shit from top to bottom like a motherfucking ceiling fan. Hopping out the rental van, on my way to LAX. Brothers out in Cali and they killers out of every set. But I ain't crippin' on no blood. One West, all my niggas got it out the mud. Put your face on a t-shirt, memory of niggas acting tough in them songs, that's with the drugs. I don't need no cases, all my pistols clean. So now I weigh my options, used to use the triple beam. Used to get the wop, mix it with the nicotine. Now I travel state to state and put on for my team.
The fuck wrong with them? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get them. I see niggas and they feelings, I don't feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with it. Me at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody. Cut the grass for the snake, fuck the gospel. Front line with them soldiers, that's my posture. Gun drawn, trying to curse the innocent. Nigga pocket, go to war with everybody, yeah. Send that hate maker to the featherweights. Niggas claim they hard, but they sweeter than a different day. Hold on, think it's time to introduce. I'm a man and a beast and a step and a rope. Hold on, and a G and a soldier and a mover. Hold on, and a killer and a prophet and a shooter, nigga. Trying to stay humble, my shit crazy. Cold leader, need the blue stripes, no brick break. Can't be serious, you a funny boy, young fly. Look wrong, must be a dummy, I ain't gun shy. Fuck that little bitch, she a hook. Nigga swear he the go, bring him to the bush. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. Niggas in they feelings, I don't feel them. Kid the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with him. Be at the end, gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay patient. You one of them? What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody.
I'm from Philly, you get hot, you catch a cold case. I'm one West, these brothers trying to set my soul straight. They done turned me to a prophet from a demon, and I'm locked in this shit and I ain't leaving. Ski mask transform to war mode like I'm Voltron. Stamp on my head and my chest from the most high. Put something tight around your neck like a bow tie. Got my niggas waiting charged up like they phone died.
Red letter, drip clean, it looks so fly. Claim he riding, that's why I left his ass roadside. He gon' die, skyscraper to a nosedive. 9mm plus P, fuck a 4-5. The fuck wrong with him? Ain't on my level, I should let my dog get him. I see niggas and they feelings, I don't feel them. Keep the Glockin' with me, it was like a ball with it. Be at the end, I gotta stay patient. They hate me, Lord, I gotta stay dangerous. You one of them? Yeah. What's the problem? I'm one West, go to war with everybody.
Alright, this is Rooted Speech, man. We got Captain Tower in the building.
Yeah. Who's that?
Yeah, so Cap, man, let us know where you from.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man, on Rooted Speech, man. Understand, I break it down right quick,
don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I finish, one West when I start. Big shine, big glow. I be gone till November, let my bitch know. I'm back by the winter, bubbling like Crisco. I need my pockets all swollen like a lymph node. Talking out the side of your neck, get you a slit throat. I stay broke, don't care if I got $1 million. Looking down on me, I put your brains on the ceiling. Fuck kicking down the door, we bout to demo the building. Fake cats all in these groups, I wonder who ya. Shoot ya off your pulpit, hallelujah. 4-pound gun youngin' down like it's a cougar. On my feet, combat boots, or is it Puma? Words spreading around about me, none of it rumor. All truth, very big facts, very large caliber on very small gaps, compact pistols, ladders, and all that. About to throw the switch in the Nina for rapid fire. Got the 5.7 equipped with the magnifier. Boom shakalaka equipped with the rim rocker. We ain't really got beef, yeah, Ramak would have been shot ya. The best rhymer since Pac and Big Papa. Big llama, big juice, I'm Big Jamba. Quarter tank of gas, I ride like a big timer. No informer, no sweat, not inside of my conglomerate wreck like King Konga. No Asian pun me, no chink in armor. Remain calm through our pain that bring drama. Stay focused on things that bring commas. Took all pressure, applied and made diamonds. Stayed true, kept shit pure, my name honored. Paid all dues and debts and kept promise. Make sure you show respect, pay homage. That I'm one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I said I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. I'm the hottest on the market, don't make me start it. I'ma pull up in a Spider-Man and Peter Parker. I remember days was trapping out the apartment. Now one West about put me up in a starship. About to fly to friendly skies in this bitch. Spit the truth on the corners, I lie a little bit. I'm a stand-up nigga, I die before I switch. Down, no we up, I'm cool with who I with. I'ma be war the king and stay dangerous. Hold down the biz and fam, remain blameless. Now rappers drippy with styles we made famous. First with studs and spikes in any city. Designers charge a stack for shit that can't fit me. Had friends on my coattail way before Jimmy. Funny how the general ain't even see a penny. Better show respect, get smoked like a chimney. Keep my name out your mouth, don't even think it. Send a real Smith at y'all, know Jada Pinkett. Both ball heads, my grain a $1.50. Lost my man to the game, that pain that stuck with me. Had to find a cheat code to the street though, cause them niggas getting foul, shooting like a free throw. Keep spitting acid like a Mino, and a nigga be the nicest with a mean flow. Try to ride my wave, you gon' need a speedboat. I'm hot like 100 degrees in a peacoat. Scarf in the sweater, I embark every letter. It's UPK, not a park, but together. Homie, I've been one West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West when I start. One West bred, one West vetted, one West pumping through my blood, don't forget it. One West in my brain, one West in my heart. One West when I'm finished, one West.
Make your browser fast. Make your browser safe. Make your browser Chrome. Choose Google Chrome for your computer. Nigga like this used to have that white bitch popping on the night shift. Now I'm one westward, sharper than an ice pick. On you rappers' necks and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Times of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go and close your eyes. There's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying that commissary hit before it run out. Riches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they fouled the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a and there's no more women riding for me. I avoided worry. I got 2 jets. If I can't make it to them, then I'm useless. With a couple balls and all it's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know like. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on this war in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know like. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. See Bonics, this ghetto phonics, they got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Dasani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home and change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s, missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse that I'm so, it's that guy flow, that shit that raps down. It's that uncut Tahoe Wars from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Lighters in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. And Ken, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on this orbit my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know lie. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in this orbit my whole life, my whole life.
Happy Thanksgiving, America. I'm Donna, and I'm here with my friends to tell you the real history behind this holiday. Growing up, I knew that what they told you in school about Thanksgiving wasn't true. That's not the true story. The true story behind Thanksgiving was, after every killing of a whole village, these European settlers celebrated it, and they called it Thanksgiving. But it wasn't until Abraham Lincoln became president that it became an official holiday.
He ordered 38 Dakota men to be hung for war crimes.
After the sacred holiday Christmas.
We take this time to remember our elders who lost their lives due to what really happened. Usually my mom makes a Native American dish for us and we pray.
Growing up, I would be kind of annoyed that they didn't know what actually happened on Thanksgiving and that they're actually celebrating the deaths of many people and many tribes that were lost.
Whether it's to give thanks or to be with your family, you should learn how the holiday was established in the first place.
I'm thankful for being born indigenous to this continent.
I'm thankful that I still have my culture.
I'm thankful that my elders kept our culture alive all these years.
I'm thankful to be indigenous, resilient, and alive.
I'm thankful for us all to be able to stand together, stand strong, and stand as one.
Happy Thanksgiving, America.
I'm going to share this story here in a minute. All right, clap it up. Shalom, Israel. We're the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And since 1969, we've been teaching the truth of the Bible to you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, informing you that you are the true Israelites spoken about in the Holy Bible. And today's class is Isupk's history class. You know, it's starting to get a little chilly in the morning outside. people are getting ready for the so-called holiday season, right? And what's the next American holiday that's gonna happen pretty soon? It's Thanksgiving. People are really excited about Thanksgiving. They're planning trips to go see grandma, right, at grandma's house and cook up a big feast. Little do they know that big feast that they're cooking up and getting ready to prepare represents the massacre of our so-called Native American brothers, the Gadites in the Bible. It represents the massacring of the Pequot Indians, the what is that other tribe? I forgot the other tribe, Slovakia. Uh, Manamone or something like that, Slovakia. It's right here. Menominee Indian reservations. It represents, their uh their they're winning of this land. It represents them conquering us and overtaking our land. That's what it represents. That's why they're thankful every November. That's what this wicked holiday actually represents. And we're going to get into the history real quick. Can you pull up that article, sir? Go ahead.
The title reading Truth Giving. The true history of Thanksgiving and how you can support Native communities this holiday and beyond.
No, go ahead.
It says Thanksgiving is a time for celebration, good food, and giving thanks.
Right. That's what they would have you think, right? That this is a time for celebration, good food, and giving thanks. Go ahead.
So as we gather with family, crush unworldly amounts of stuffing, and enjoy a football game in the crisp atom
Atmosphere.
air,
Yeah.
let's also acknowledge the real history of the holiday and practice gratitude by giving back. Like this year, we're celebrating Thanksgiving and also Thanksgiving, a concept coined by indigenous activist Christine, I think it's Nobis.
Truth giving. This year, we're celebrating Thanksgiving and also truth giving.
It's like also truth giving, a concept coined by indigenous activist Christine Nobis. To dismantle common misunderstandings about Thanksgiving with, the truth. So in the same name of Thanksgiving or of truth giving, there's the true history of this holiday and what you can do about it.
Right. Let's skip down to what's the real story of Thanksgiving. See, we're about to get in the real story of Thanksgiving. Everybody thinks that the Pilgrims and the Indians sat down, peacefully together and shared a big meal, right? With carving the turkey, and with the pecan pie and the pumpkin pie. That could not be further from the truth. That's not what really happened. We're going to get into what really happened. Go ahead.
Okay. It says, what is the real story of Thanksgiving? The Pilgrims had hardly explored the shores of Cape Cod for 4 days before they had robbed the graves of my ancestors and stolen their corn and beans.
Right. They robbed the graves of the Pequot Indians, right? Of the native tribe, near Cape Cod, and they stole their provisions. Go ahead.
The first Thanksgiving, as a lot of folks understand it, was in 1621 between the Pilgrims of Plymouth colony and the
Plymouth colony. Oh, it's like it was the Wampanoag tribe.
Wampanoag. It
Yeah.
says it. It says of Plymouth colony and the Wampanoag tribe in present-day Massachusetts. While records indicate that this celebration did happen, there were a few misconceptions we need to clear.
Right. Yeah, they did sit down with the Indians, with the Native American Indians, right? But we think it was a peaceful sit down. No, was not. Go ahead.
Because of the
Erasure?
erasure, in other words, removal and exclusion of Native American narratives from the histories. A lot of us were taught we've been left with an incomplete picture of what really happened. So here's the full story.
All right, here's the full story. We're going to see what really happened. Go ahead.
There's no evidence that the Wampanoag people were even invited in the first place. An account from the time said 90 members of the Wampanoag tribe were present and makes no mention of invitations. Like some experts believe that these 90 men were an army sent by Wampanoag leader Isupk at the sound of gunshots, which turned out to be part of the celebration.
Right. They were out there celebrating. Remember, they stole the provisions, right? And they robbed the graves when they arrived. And they're out there celebrating. What are they celebrating? What are they celebrating? Go ahead.
In the first encounter with the Wampanoag people, the pilgrims stole from the tribe's winter provisions. It wasn't until later that Isupk formed an alliance between the groups. Even then, the alliance really only existed because the Wampanoag people were ravaged by diseases brought by the European colonizers in the years prior. It was less about intercultural harmony and more about survival, made necessary by the actions of these settlers.
Right. See, they didn't sit down with these pilgrims out of peace. No, they sat down with them out of survival because they were being eradicated off by, because Europeans, they're nasty people. They don't really shower. You know what I mean? It's not in their culture to be clean, so they carried a lot of diseases with them when they came over here. So, a lot of our Gadai brothers and sisters were dying off of diseases, and they out of pure, survival, they had to sit down with them. Go ahead.
The first harvest was followed by deadly conflicts between colonizers and native people, including, but definitely not limited to, the Wampanoags. The Europeans repaid their native allies by seizing native lands and imprisoning, enslaved, and executing native people.
Man, see, by paying them back, for the kindness that they have showed them, right? They paid them back by, stealing their land, imprisoning them, and enslaving them. And that's what you're celebrating every time you sit down to eat that dry turkey. Go ahead.
Following Thanksgiving, celebrations by European settlers often marked brutal victories over native people, like the Pequot massacre of 1636 or the beheading of Wampanoag leader Metacom in 1676.
Right.
Today, the Wampanoag make up two federally recognized tribes: the Meshapi Wampanoag tribe and the Wampanoag tribe of Gayhead Aquina.
Right. See, that's what you're celebrating when you sit down and you actually think that you're celebrating with your friends and family as a time to give thanks. Right? No. The spirit behind this wicked holiday, the truth behind this holiday is that they're celebrating the massacre of Native Indian peoples. That's what they're celebrating. They're celebrating their defeat over our Gadite brothers and them coming over here and stealing our land, stealing our provisions so they can make it through the winter. That's what they're celebrating. Go ahead.
It says, why haven't I heard this before? Many students still complete an American education unsure about the place of Native people in the nation's past or in its present. Philip DeLauria, Harvard professor and scholar of Native American history. Unfortunately, a lot of U.S. schools just don't accurately teach Native American history, or sometimes don't teach Native American history at all.
Right. So, like, if I may, they want everybody to forget about, the true inhabitants of this land. They want you to forget about it, like it's over. They're done. That time has passed, but we're still here. We're still here. We're still being marginalized. Throughout throughout all the nation, well, throughout the whole Western Hemisphere, really, because it's like that in Central and South America too. They still, they treat their indigenous population as lower class citizens. Go ahead.
But the fact is, Native American history is American history. November is National Native American History Month.
It's like, sir, can you turn it up a little bit? The mic, your mic. It's all the way up? Okay. Go ahead.
Which makes it perfect time to learn about the role Native people have played in shaping our country. Here's the other thing to keep in mind. Native people are a part of the past. They're also very much a part of our country's present and future. About 87% of state-level history standards don't mention Native American history after 1900, but Native American people have had a huge impact on
contemporary
U.S. society. Take, for example, Joy Hargrove, the first Native American poet lyric, the young indigenous activists who are fighting for their communities, and the record number of lawmakers bringing Native representation to government.
Right. Well, we can drop that already. I just want to get into the true history behind it and what the spirit of Thanksgiving truly is. The spirit of Thanksgiving is to erase, Native people's memory off of this land, and celebrate, their unaliving and their defeat. That's what you're truly celebrating when you sit down and you eat that, dry turkey with that cranberry sauce and all the stuffing and all the fixings that go with it, that nasty green bean casserole that your aunt makes. That's what you're celebrating. That turkey represents them, when they carve the turkey, it represents them scalping a Native American Indian or cutting the throat of a Native American Indian. That's what it represents. And then they put on that cranberry sauce because it's so dry. You know what I mean? And what color is that cranberry sauce? It's red, just like blood. That's what it represents. It represents them unaliving the Native American Indians off of this land to get this land. And that's what they're thankful for. That's what you're celebrating. Let's get into some scriptures. Let's get into Proverbs 3:31, Babkasha. We as as Israelites, as blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we should not participate in their Thanksgiving, in their holidays, in their celebrations. We should not. We shouldn't actually uphold their way of life, because their way of life, it's only possible because of our unaliving, right? Of our deaths. We shouldn't celebrate the deaths of our brothers. Let's get into Proverbs 3:31, sir.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, and verse 21. My son.
It's like a 31.
31? My bad. Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor.
Envy thou not the oppressor. And who's the oppressor? Of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. This is so-called white man. This is their culture. This is their holiday. The unaliving of our Gadite brothers is what they're celebrating. The theft of our land is what they're celebrating. Start from the top.
Okay. It says, envy thou not the oppressor.
Envy thou not the oppressor. Don't envy him. Yeah, he blasted through all the airways, right? That Thanksgiving, that the holidays are coming. They put all these commercials out about the sales that's going on because the holidays are coming up. They make all these movies to make it look like it's wholesome and good and it's warming, right? To be celebrating these holidays. But it says, envy thou not the oppressor. Go ahead.
And choose none of his ways.
And choose none of his ways. And his ways are death. That's what it is. And that's what you're celebrating when you celebrate Thanksgiving. You're celebrating the death of the Pequot Indians, of the Wampanoag tribes, right? That's what you're celebrating. That's what you're celebrating, is their deaths. We shouldn't envy those celebrations. We shouldn't participate in the slaughtering of our Gadite brothers. It's like it. Let's go into Genesis 49 and let's start at 19, sir.
So Genesis what? 49?
Genesis 49, 19.
This is the book of Genesis chapter 49 and verse 19. Gad.
Gad. That's our Native American brothers. Gad. Go ahead, start from the top.
It says, Gad, a troop shall overcome him.
Right. A troop shall overcome Gad. A troop shall overcome him. And that's what happened. That's what happened, on Thanksgiving. A troop overcame Gad. A troop overcame the Native American Indian tribes. A troop overcame them. And that's what you're celebrating, is the overtaking of the Gadites, of our Native American brothers. That's what you're celebrating. Go ahead.
But he shall overcome at the last.
But he shall overcome at the last. See, now that's a day to celebrate. That'll be a day to celebrate. But you're celebrating the overtaking of the Native American Indian tribes of America when you sit down and every Thanksgiving and you watch that football game with your uncle and have a beer with your dad and your uncle, right? That's what you're celebrating. You're celebrating the death and overtaking and theft of our land. That's what you're celebrating when you celebrate Thanksgiving. That's the spirit behind why they celebrate. You got to, really study of these holidays that we're celebrating here in America, because all these holidays have evil and wicked spirits behind them, and especially Thanksgiving. Like Thanksgiving is a true American holiday, right? Like Christmas, that started way back in Rome and all that. That started way long time ago. But Thanksgiving is recent. You know, America is only what 248 years old, something like that. That's a recent uh it's a recent uh celebration that popped up in the earth. It's the most recent one. It's Thanksgiving. You got to examine the spirit behind it. And the truth behind Thanksgiving is not what you think it is. It's not what they perpetrate throughout throughout the whole country. It's not. They whitewashed it and made it to where it was a peaceful happening. But no, this holiday is covered in blood. It's the blood of our brothers. That's what it's covered in. And we shouldn't celebrate the shedding of the blood of our brothers. We shouldn't. We're going to get into that. Salakia, sir, can you pull up Isaiah chapter 65, start at verse 11? Isaiah 65, verse 11.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 11.
Can't hear you on the mic.
Okay.
Oh.
But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy
Salakia,
mountain.
go ahead. Start from the top again.
Come on, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65 and verse 11. But ye are they that forsake the Lord.
You forsake the Lord when you forsake your brothers. Go ahead.
That forget my holy mountain.
Right. The holy mountain is Israel. Gad is a tribe of Israel. When you turn around and you choose to celebrate this wicked holiday, you're forgetting what our brothers have went through. You're forgetting their struggle, they're not massacre, but you're forgetting their terrible past that they have suffered underneath our oppressor. Go ahead.
That prepared a table for that troop.
Right. And remember, Gad, a troop overcame him. But you sit down and you eat that meal that is prepared for that troop that celebrates their overtaking of the Native American Indian tribes. Start from the top. Hold on, Salakia. That was deep.
But ye are they that forsake the Lord, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop.
For that troop. That's what you're doing. You're preparing a table for that troop. You're choosing their ways when you sit down and you eat that Thanksgiving meal. You're choosing to participate in their celebrations and you participate in their celebrations, and you partake that spirit of hatred for the Native American Indians, and you put it into your household when you're celebrating this wicked holiday. Because that's what the truth about the so-called Thanksgiving is. They're giving thanks for the murdering, for the unaliving and the theft of this land, the unaliving of the Native American Indians. That's the spirit and the truth behind Thanksgiving. And when you choose to participate in their celebration, you're bringing that spirit into your household. You're forsaking, your brother. You're forgetting about your brother. Us so-called Mexicans, we are indigenous ourselves, right? A lot of us don't say that we are. A lot of us try to say that we're Spaniard, right? But the truth of the matter of fact is you're indigenous to this land. Just like how the Navajo are indigenous to this land, and the Menominee Reservation are indigenous to this land, and the Pequot Indians, so are you. But you choose to forsake the memory of your brother when you celebrate El Dia de los Cocono, right? Because us Mexicans, we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Mexico. Why would we? It's not a Mexican holiday. It's an American holiday, right? But they still do. They call it the Turkey Day, el Dia de el Cocono, but they don't know the truth behind it. They don't know why they're sitting down eating that turkey. Well, the truth behind it is because the wicked oppressor is celebrating its unaliving their their win against the Native American Indians. You know, when they went to war with the Pequot tribe, that's what they're celebrating. They're celebrating the defeat of your brothers. Is there any more to that scripture, sir?
To prepare a table for that troop, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number.
Right. You furnish the drink offering, right? You sit down, you have a beer to watch that football game on Thanksgiving Day. I like who usually plays. I know the Cowboys play every Thanksgiving, right? Well, that represents the Pilgrims, and who they play against. They usually play against what the Washington Redskins, but they're not called the Redskins anymore. They're called the Washington Commanders. But they were called the Redskins. Who do you think that was? Who do they call Redskins? The Native American Indians. And it's no surprise that they'll put the Cowboys with the Redskins. You know what I mean? Because it's just in their spirit to relive that. That's why down in North Carolina and all that, they all had them reenactments of the Civil War, right? Because they just want to relive all that bloodshed. They get like some type of I don't know, some type of a joy out of you know knowing that the reason why they took this land is because they unalived us. They love bloodshed. Don't be a part of that celebration. Don't partake in that spirit of our oppressor. Don't envy our oppressor. Is that into that scripture, sir? Okay. It's like can you hold Mark 7 and start at 8? Con, con. Let's hold it. Slovakia. It's like when they came over here, the so-called you know pilgrims, right? The pilgrims came over here, the so-called Puritans, looking for you know religious what's that word I'm looking for? Freedom. Religious they were escaping religious persecution, right? And they came over here for religious, it's like religious freedom to celebrate what they thought was the true religion, because they want to be Catholic, so they came over here. But the Puritans slaughtered the Native American for the land, and it's they're upholded as the like the holiest the holy the what's that word, the holiest uh people that came from Europe. That's what they're upheld by, because they said that they were like real kind and friendly. It could not be further from the truth, because during the Pequot massacre of 1637, that's who was behind it, was Pilgrims and Puritans. And that's the history of this nation. Like, America's got a lot of blood on its hands, and they just whitewash it away when they fill the schools with, this false propaganda of their history, and they just wipe away our faces from this land, instead of having our land in abundance. They take us away from our land, stuff us in corners of our land, and force us to look upon their faces carved in the mountains. But yet we still sit down and we celebrate their holidays. We sit down and cook up that turkey in the oven, wait hours and hours to eat, and to have that big Thanksgiving meal. We circle in grandma's living room every Christmas Eve to open presents underneath that wicked tree. For far too long, we have been upholding our oppressors' customs, our oppressors' celebrations for far too long. We need to stop. It's time to turn away from putting our faith and spirit into America and our oppressors. Because the truth about it is that they wouldn't have any other way but to wipe you out. Why do you think they're sitting ice in the streets? They're sitting ice in the streets to wipe us out of this place, to erase our history out of this place. That's what they're trying to do, to fully take over our lands. It's time to take your love for our oppressor, off of the ballot. Stop going into these voting booths, because they are not for us. They're not for us. Especially these holidays, are not for us. Us as Israelites, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians have no business celebrating their holidays. Let's go into the scripture, sir. Salakia. No, Salakia. Pull up Obadiah 1 and 12 first. Salakia, I don't know why I skipped that one.
And this is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 12. But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother, in the day that he became a stranger.
Right. That's what you're doing. The day that your brother became a stranger. That's what you're doing. Judah and Gad are brothers. Issachar and Gad are brothers. You're looking forward to celebrating Thanksgiving with your family and friends, right? They even changed the name to Thanksgiving. Some people call it Friendsgiving, right? To kind of escape the horrible past of Thanksgiving. They call it Friendsgiving, but they're still doing what they did on Thanksgiving. They just changed the name. They're still sitting down, eating that turkey, watching that football game. That's what they're still doing. They're still celebrating Thanksgiving. But when you celebrate Thanksgiving, you're celebrating your brother's defeat. And now we're strangers in our land. You don't see Native Americans anymore. You don't see them. Every now and then you'll run into one, but like the Gadite, our Gadite brothers, you don't see them. They're strangers to this land. Start from the top, sir. I can't hear you, sir. I can't hear you.
But thou shouldest not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger.
Right.
Neither shouldest thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction.
Right. The children of Judah will, the Lord said we shouldn't rejoice in the day of Judah's destruction, right? But Gad and Judah are brothers. We shouldn't even rejoice over the Gadites either, because they're Judah and Salakia, Judah and Gad are both Israelites. It's time to unite all the tribes, the so-called Hispanic tribes and the Native American tribes, with the the Negroes, our Judite brothers. You celebrating your brother's death is not going to unite the tribes. It's not. Black and brown need to come together or die. That's what's happening. We need to come together now more than ever, because our demise is just around the corner. If we still continue to, envy our oppressor, we need to take our spirit out of this place and put our spirit back into the brotherhood, back into black and brown, because it's obvious that they do not love us in this country. Go ahead and drop that. Can you pull up Mark 7 and 8? It's like, let me get it with you.
That's the book of Mark, chapter 7 and verse 8. For laying aside the commandment of God, ye hold the tradition of man.
Right, that's what you're doing. God commands you not to celebrate the defeat of your brother, but you sit down and have Thanksgiving, which is, the white man's tradition. Go ahead.
As the washing of pots and cups and
Right.
many other such like things ye do.
Right. You prepare for that Thanksgiving dinner, right? The women, they wash all the plates and stuff like that, and they get it all prepared for the pots and pans that they're gonna make all the sauces and the dressing in and the stuffing, right? They prepare to do all these for the feast. Go ahead.
Nine. And he said unto them, full well ye reject the commandment of God.
Right. You full well reject the commandment of God. Right. The Lord said not to envy our oppressors and not to, in Jeremiah 10, to not follow the traditions of the heathen. Right. Well, you're celebrating the tradition of our oppressor when you celebrate the unaliving of the Gadite tribes here in America, when you sit down and eat Thanksgiving. You're fully forsaken the commandment of God just to uphold the traditions of our oppressor. Go ahead.
That ye may keep your own tradition.
Right, that you may keep your own tradition, and we as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we have this tradition, right, forced down our throat by our oppressor. But we're forsaking the command of our Father to uphold that tradition, to uphold it. It's time to, you know, put away that turkey on thing. You know, nothing wrong with eating turkey. You know, if it's cooked right, turkey is really good. If it's cooked right, a lot of times it comes out dry when somebody don't know what they're doing, right? There's nothing wrong with eating turkey. Turkey is a clean animal. You can eat turkey, but not on this day, not on Thanksgiving Day, because that's their tradition. And the spirit behind that turkey is a bloody, bloody one. It's time to put away their traditions, put away their celebrations. Learn the truth of what's really going on around you. And you're not going to learn it in school. You're not going to learn it in any other place but here in the ISUPK, in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. We teach you the truth of the Bible and teach you the truth of their celebrations, what they celebrate, and why we as Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans should not partake in that. It's not for us. It's not. This American, culture was built around our demise. It was built around our enslavement, our unaliving of our unaliving. This wicked nation, this wicked kingdom is not for us. It's not. We are the most despised in this nation. It's time for us to come back to our true culture, to our true customs, and stop celebrating their customs. Stop celebrating their culture. Their culture is nothing but bloodshed. That's what their culture is. Our culture is brotherhood. And it's not brotherhood. It's not brotherly for you to celebrate the unaliving of your brother. Is that it, sir? Verse 9. That was in the verse 9, right? At the water. Let's get into to Amos 5 and 21, sir. When we gather for Thanksgiving, we think that it's a joyous occasion, and the smell of that pumpkin pie, that the sweet potato pie, the turkey being baked, and it brings back nostalgia, right? It's nostalgic to you, to where you were a kid and simpler times. You know what I mean? Where you remember being around family and friends. But the Lord hates that smell. The Lord hates their holidays. But we want to uphold it, right? We want to uphold their holidays. It's time to put their ways behind us and come back to our true ways, which is this Bible. This Bible is our true culture, our true heritage. You just gotta open it up and learn. Open it up, read, and learn. That's all you got to do. And stop trying to follow the white man. The white man is just full of hate. He's going to show you nothing but unalivement and hatred. Start from 21, sir. Amos 5:21.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 21. I despise your feast days.
Right. He likes that smell of that turkey, baking in that oven.
I despise your feast days.
The Lord said he hates and he despises that feast day. He hates and despises your feast days. When you sit down and you eat that Thanksgiving turkey, the Lord hates that. The Lord hates that smell. The Lord hates that smell of that pumpkin pie. The Lord hates that. The Lord hates that smell when, you go out back of your grandma's house and you spark up that joint and that blunt so you can get ready for that, so you can have an appetite and get ready for that turkey, right? The Lord hates that. The Lord hates that. The Lord hates that you're sitting down watching a football game on that day for that celebration. The Lord hates that. Go ahead.
And I will not smell in your solemn assemblies.
You will not smell in the solemn assembly when you all sit down together and have that meal. The Lord's not going to smell in all that. He's not going to partake in that when you praying to God to bless that meal, to bless that pineapple glazed ham, which is an abomination to the Lord. The Lord's not going to bless that. The Lord is not hearing your thanks when you all say what y'all thankful for. In some households, it's corny. I always found that corny, but you see that on TV, right, where people go around the table saying what they're thankful for. I never really witnessed anybody doing that, but some households do that. It's corny, but the Lord is not hearing that. The Lord is not hearing your thanks, your prayer. When you pray over that turkey that represents the unaliving of his children, the Lord is not with that Thanksgiving dinner, that turkey dinner. The Lord is not with that. Go ahead.
Verse 22, though ye offer me burnt offerings.
Right. Though you offer me burnt offerings, right? When you sit down, with your primos and your cousins, right? And you sit down and you pass around that blunt, right? That burnt offering for Thanksgiving. That's what it is. It's a burnt offering. The Lord's not with that. Go ahead.
And your meat offerings.
Right, that turkey, that dry turkey, that abominable ham. The Lord is not with that. The Lord is not with you eating, well, it's definitely not with you eating pork. Definitely. But especially on this day. Right. That's like, man, I don't know, doubling sin upon sin. That's crazy. It's crazy. Lord is not with that dry turkey either. Go ahead.
Neither will I regard the place. Sorry, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beast.
Right. Right. They say that they had Thanksgiving with the Native American, the Pilgrims with Native Americans sat down for peace, right? Could not be further from the truth. The Lord is not with Thanksgiving. The Lord hates Thanksgiving. Stop angering the Lord when you sit down and you're eating Thanksgiving dinner. Stop angering the Lord when you do that. Stop it. It's time to put away these traditions of our oppressor, the celebrations of our oppressor. It's time to, stray away from the American spirit. Sitting down and having Thanksgiving is a good old American pastime, right? It's time to take our faith, our love out of America. America has done nothing but destroyed our people, and they celebrated every Thanksgiving. That's the truth behind Thanksgiving. That's Thanksgiving's truth. It's nothing but celebration of your brother's death. We need to stop celebrating our brother's death. Salakia, for my last scripture. Let's go into Leviticus 23, sir. Let's go into Leviticus 23. But here's what we should be celebrating, right? So it's like Leviticus 23. I mean, Salakia. Let's start at 23, 1 and 2. Yeah, but hold on. These are what we should be celebrating. This is your culture, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. This is what we should be celebrating. We shouldn't be celebrating the American holidays. We shouldn't. Because you're angering the Lord when you celebrate these paganistic holidays that they celebrate in this nation, in this wicked kingdom. You're angering the Lord when you do that. But the Lord did tell us what to celebrate. He did. And you can find it right here in the Bible, which is your constitution, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. You know how, the troops go into the football game, right? Where they honor the troops on that day, right? They honor the troops on I know the Cowboys do that every time they play, right? And the troops uphold the American Constitution. They fight foreign enemies, foreign and domestic. Well, it's time to stop upholding their Constitution, their customs, and their ways, and uphold your Constitution, your custom, your heritage, which is the Holy Bible. Go ahead, sir.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 23, and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, verse 2, speak unto the children of Israel.
Speak unto the children of Israel. That's you, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Go ahead.
And say unto them, concerning the feast of the Lord.
The feast of the heathen.
Concerning the feast of the Lord.
No, it's concerning the American holidays.
Concerning the feast of the Lord.
Concerning the feasts of the Lord. Go ahead.
Which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
Which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. These are holy unto us. These convocations, which is us, coming together. These are holy unto us, which means they're set apart. They're not like the heathens. They're not. They're not like Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter. They're not like those holidays. These are holy. They're set apart unto us, unto the Lord. Go ahead.
Which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts.
Right. So let's go down into Hakanakah. See, this is the next high holy day that is coming. Well, it's a holy convocation coming up. That's not a high holy day. What did you say? Hakanakah, sir. Oh. Let's go down to where it talks about Hakanakah. Oh, it's not. It's not here. Salakia. It's in Maccabees. Yeah. Well, the one that just passed was Blowing of the trumpets, right? It's like it. Yeah, let's go into First Maccabees 4 and 52.
First Maccabees 4 and 52.
Come on, concert.
This is the book of Maccabees, First Maccabees, chapter 4 and verse 52. Now on the 5, yeah, on the 5 and 20th day of the 9th month, which is called the month Salu. Yes, Salu, in the 148th year, they rose up bedtimes in the morning, verse 53, and offered sacrifice according to the law upon the new altar.
Right, according to the law. They offered sacrifice according to the law of the Lord. This is what we should be celebrating. Go ahead.
Of burnt offerings which they had made. Verse 54. Look at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it.
Right. Just give a backstory to this. You know, the Greeks had came in to our land of Israel and they profaned our temple. And they were offering their sacrifices in our temple. They sacrificed, pig. Well, that's what you're doing when you're celebrating Thanksgiving. You're sacrificing, you know, the most, unholy thing on to eat, right? And then you're sacrificing that on you're offering that as a sacrifice to the Lord. Well, here the priests they sanctified it and they purified the temple on this day. Go ahead.
Even in that was it dedicated with songs and citherns and harps and cymbals.
Right. See, they're having a celebration, right? They came in, they rededicated the temple that the heathen had profaned by putting their sacrifices in the temple. They rededicated the temple. Well, it's time for us to rededicate our temple, which is ourselves, our bodies, to the Lord. Come back to your culture. Come back to your laws, statutes, and commandments that the Lord gave you. Come back to your true customs and your true heritage. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, which is being an Israelite, not an American citizen, a true red blood American that sits down and has Thanksgiving. No. Stop celebrating the unaliving of our Gadite brothers and come back and rededicate yourself to the law, statutes, and commandments, to your true heritage. Go ahead.
Verse 55. Then all the people fell upon their faces, worshiping and praising the God of heaven,
right,
who had given them good success.
Right. Go ahead.
Verse 56. And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days and offered burnt offerings with gladness and sacrificed the sacrifice of deliverance and praise.
Right. See, it said, right, remember when we read Genesis back in Genesis 49 and 19, Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome in the last. Now that's a day to be celebrating. Is our overcoming at the last. We need to come back to our true culture so this can happen faster. The Lord is waiting on us to send back our King so we can be delivered, so we can be rededicated back to the Most High. This is what we should be celebrating, is the day of dedication when our temple was rededicated back to our Father. not when our brothers, were overtaken by our oppressor. You can go ahead and drop that, sir. That's what we should be celebrating. It's Hanukkah, not Christmas, not Thanksgiving. It's time for us to stop celebrating the customs of our oppressor. Stop celebrating their ways. Stop partaking in their holidays, and come back to our true customs, our true heritage, which is this Bible, which is the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And with that, I pass the class over to Priest and Officer Capillar.
The Isupk security announcements. Where's the Isupk start out of 1 West, 135th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to shut themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if your brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to her brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. Maishra means tenth in Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord give you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests. It's not mandatory, and it's whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations.
Hanukkah.
The Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days, starting Sunday 14th December 2025 for 8 days. And you can find and read this in the book of Leviticus, First Maccabees chapter 4, verse 52 through 61. Right? And if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, hat, and scarf. I'll conclude the Isupk security announcements.
All right. Read the prayer.
With that, Amajam, which means to stand. Oh, this is you guys. No, hold on. We're going to give one crazy salute to the brothers. Amajam Shabbat. Amajam Barak. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Barakatah. Yadi Matah. We're going to give one crazy salute to the sisters. Sisters, you can stand. Amajam Shabbat. Amajam Barak. Yahweh Shema Adatah Bashem Yahushua. Yadi Matah. Class dismissed.